Spencer was taken to see his brother in Galveston, Texas, by his Italian buddy Luca and Dispensa, but more issues awaited him. Spencer sought to leave Galveston as quickly as possible, despite Maceo's attempts to compensate him for saving Luca. That infuriated Maceo, who made Spencer smuggle some of his illicit whiskey into Fort Worth, Texas. Spencer would probably run into even more problems in 1923 Season 2, Episode 3, as Maceo also offered him a weapon to kill anyone who stood in his path and some cash to bribe police. As a bootlegger, Spencer's new job is undoubtedly a detour, but he is still making progress toward Montana. Foster Worth is about 300 miles closer to Montana than Galveston, and Maceo also allowed Spencer to keep the truck after he delivers the whiskey, but it's unclear what new issues will arise there or along the way, which could cause him to be even more delayed. The last several minutes of 1923 Season 2, Episode 2 were the most startling. The doctor and his nurse treated Elizabeth, Michelle Randolph, who had been bitten by a wolf earlier in the episode, for rabies. When Kara heard a thump and a scream from the living room in the middle of the night, she realized that the wolf had come back, smashed through the lodge's doors and killed the nurse, not Elizabeth, by mauling her. Elizabeth is still alive in 1923 Season 2 since she bounded off to her room upstairs after the nurse offered to sleep on the couch. Elizabeth is still alive in 1923 Season 2 since she bounded off to her room upstairs after the nurse offered to sleep on the couch. Elizabeth will still require rabies treatment even if she was spared death in the wolf assault. She's already had one of the 12 shots she needs, but the other 11 won't be easy considering how hard she fought for the first one. Elizabeth likewise bemoaned the hardships of ranch life and declared her intention to depart the Yellowstone as soon as the storm was over. It appears that Kara will need to persuade Elizabeth to leave the precipice, or at the very least wait for Jack, Darren Mann, to emerge from the snowdrift. Notably, Elsa Dutton, Isabel May, described how terrible winter is in her recounting of the wolf attack. The fact that the wolf murdered the nurse within the lodge indicates that no one is immune from the dangers of the cold, and the wolf itself is a symbol of winter. The fact that the wolf appeared only after Kara killed the mountain lion in 1923 is also noteworthy. Donald Whitfield might be seen as the wolf, and this could indicate that he will soon spill blood. The number of fatalities in 1923 Season 2 will only be known in due time. Notably, in her account of the wolf assault, Elsa Dutton, Isabel May, talked about how awful winter is. The wolf itself is a symbol of winter, and the fact that it killed the nurse within the lodge shows that nobody is safe from the perils of the cold. It's also significant because the wolf didn't show up until after Kara killed the mountain lion in 1923. It's possible that Donald Whitfield may soon spill blood because he is perceived as the wolf. Only time will tell us how many people died in 1923 Season 2. Renault was obviously wary of his traveling companion after Kent had slain one of the Comanche children. Renault is still a devout man despite his bigotry and cruelty, and he might conclude that Kent is too terrible to travel with any longer. In 1923 Season 2, Renault might even have a type of redemption arc, turning against Kent in favor of assisting Tiana. Tiana would have a far higher chance of escaping with her life if Kent had to pursue her alone, at the very least.